All right, so this might be one of the weirdest stolen Hellcat videos that I've ever seen. This car is parked in a driveway, broad daylight, in front of what looks like a nice house in a nice neighborhood. Two guys come out of nowhere, masked up, break the driver's side window, pop the hood, unplug something, hop in the car, roll it back down the driveway into the street. Jeep track call comes out of nowhere, jumps behind them. The owner comes out, and he does nothing. He literally just lets his car get stolen. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a car that makes this a car blog. You don't know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. It's your boy Knockout here with another unfortunate stolen Hellcat video, but this one has an interesting twist. Let's just get into it. All right. Dodge Challenger Hellcat, maybe a red eye. It's got the dual snorkel. Two guys come out of nowhere, break into the driver's side window. He hops in the car. The other one pops the hood. Tell me what he's disconnecting, because he's disconnecting something. Is he disconnecting the alarm? Looks like he pulled out some sort of fuse or something. A homeboy hops in there, put it in neutral, because they're going to roll it out of the driveway onto the street. The dude that's pushing it doesn't even have a mask on. He just has like a pandemic mask on and a hat and some sunglasses. Stupid. They push the car all the way down to the street. You saw the Jeep track call come out of nowhere. The owner comes out half naked, nothing in his hands, no weapon whatsoever, confronts the dudes. Let's rewind that. Owner comes out half naked, no socks, no shoes on, confronts the dudes, no weapon in his hand. The driver who stole the car hops out because he gets spooked and scared. The owner just turns his back and walks off. And then the dude who stole the car, who was in the driver's seat, hops back in it. The Jeep Trackhawk pushes the Hellcat off. Car's gone. Let's rewind that. Just from the jump street. Let's rewind that from the moment that the owner came out. They're pushing it down to the street. Owner comes out half naked, absolutely no weapon in his hand, nothing in his hand. He sees his car being stolen, some sort of confrontation. The criminal hops out the car because he gets spooked. Oh, nope. The owner turns his back, runs into the house. The dude who stole the car initially, or broke into the window initially, hops back in it. Jeep Trackhawk bumps the damn Hellcat, pushes it, and both cars are gone. I don't even know if the car was started at that point, because as you can see, the Jeep Trackhawk was pushing it through the entire video. That is interesting for a couple reasons. Number one, let's just point out the fact that these criminals don't care anymore. This is broad daylight in what looks to be a relatively nice neighborhood. Now, for all I know, this could be in the hoodest of hoods. This could be in the dirtiest, most dangerous hood in the world. This could be somewhere in Detroit, somewhere in Chicago, somewhere in Los Angeles, somewhere in New York, the craziest of the craziest place. But from the looks of it, the optics, it looks like a nice neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? The grass is cut, neatly manicured. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like they got a bunch of cars and stuff parked on the side of the street. Looks like a nice neighborhood. For all intents and purposes, this looks like a nice neighborhood. But either way, these guys came out of nowhere, completely off the side of the screen, or off the side of the house, masked up. They see the Hellcat there. Now, I know a lot of you guys will say, well, why is your Hellcat parked outside and not in the garage? I mean, it's a car. You don't know what that guy was doing with his garage. He may have been doing some stuff in his garage, then pulled his Hellcat out for a minute, you know, just to let it, I don't know, maybe he needed some space in the garage. Maybe somebody else parked in the garage. Maybe he just got there. Maybe this is not his house at all. Maybe this is someone else's house and he happened to be visiting, or, you know, just happened to be there and his Hellcat was parked outside. So you can't always assume that the owner is stupid and he doesn't park his car in the garage and it's his fault. But either way, nice house, nice neighborhood from the looks of it, broad daylight. These guys come out of nowhere, break the window. Now tell me what that guy's doing under the hood of the car, because he goes for the fuse box, right? So we all know what the fuse box in our car looks like. What fuse is he pulling out? Is he trying to kill the alarm? That's probably what it is. So maybe the alarm went off when they broke the window, right? Maybe this is a 22 or a 23, so it's got that enhanced security. They went under the hood, popped the fuse box, pulled out the alarm, killed that. Dude hops in there, rolling the car back, puts it in neutral. They roll it all the way back to the street. Then this is where things get interesting. The owner comes out, and this is number two. The owner comes out half naked, nothing in his hands whatsoever. Now, if you even have an inkling that your car is being broken into, let alone stolen, you're not coming out there empty-handed. you know, thinking that you're going to talk your way out of this situation. You normally come out there with some sort of means of protecting yourself and your property. This guy comes out with neither of those things, completely naked. Looks like he has a conversation or some sort of confrontation with the people still in the car. And then he just throws his hands up, turns around, and walks away. And in the meantime, the dude that broke the window initially, that was in the driver's seat, he hops out because he gets scared. He gets scared that I guess the owner's got a gun or the owner's going to call the police or something wild like that. He hops out, goes towards the Jeep Trackhawk because that's the getaway car, right? As the owner's turning around and walking away with his hands up like, you know, fuck it, you can have it, I don't care. The dude turns around, hops back in the car. The Jeep Trackhawk pushes the Hellcat off the street and out of the scene. So I'm assuming the Hellcat wasn't even started. This is a weird video. You know, me personally, if I have any sort of inkling whatsoever that my car is being broken into or stolen, to put things, you know, as politically correct as I can, I'm coming out with some sort of means of protecting myself and protecting my investment, if that makes sense. There isn't going to be any talking. There isn't going to be any discussion. There isn't going to be any confrontation. I'll let you and whatever means that I use of protecting myself discuss that between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not dealing with it, you know? I don't know what this owner was thinking. I guess he was thinking, hey, listen, I got insurance on it. I got gap insurance. I've got, you know, full coverage on it. So whatever the hell happens to it, happens to it. I don't care. I'll just get a new one. And I guess he took the route of, you know, it's not worth my life. Although he did come all the way outside and damn near walked up to the criminals that were breaking into his car. So it's one of those things like, well, you didn't really value your life enough to not walk out into the scene of the crime and up to the criminals, but you value your life enough to just say, hell, you know, take it. Some people have that mindset mentality. Unfortunately, I do not share that. If I recognize or I realize that somebody's trying to take something that's mine, needless to say, you're going to have to work for it. You know what I'm saying? It'll, you know, I'm not the toughest in the world, but you're going to have to work for it. I'll put it to you like that. I just thought this was interesting. I don't know if this is a red eye Hellcat or just a Challenger slim body Hellcat, because, you know, they started doing the dual snorkel hood on the Challenger Hellcats for all of them in 22 and 23, all Hellcat Challengers have the dual snorkel. So they could look like a red eye, could be not, I don't know. But yeah, that was it. Now, I don't know how long this took because as you can see, the video is sped up. I would imagine this probably took some time. Tell me what he went under the hood and went into the fuse box to pull out. Was it the alarm? So maybe they broke the window, the alarm went off. And that would kind of make sense, because if this is a slim body Hellcat with the dual snorkel hood on it, and it's not a red eye, more than likely it's a 21, 22, or 23. And if I'm not mistaken, they started doing the enhanced security by default from the factory on the 21s, 22s, and 23s. Maybe the 22s and 23s, I don't know. But they started doing that from factory. So maybe when he broke the window and hopped in it, the alarm went off from the enhanced security. The dude goes under the hood, goes to the fuse box, pulls out the security fuse or whatever the case may be, and then they somehow or another get it into neutral, roll it down to the street. And if you want, and one thing that I've noticed about a lot of these criminals and what they do, when they pull up to a scene where they're stealing a Scat Pack or Hellcat, SRT, whatever the case may be, Charger, Challenger, Jeep, Ram, TRX, Durango, whatever, 9 times out of 10, they've got another stolen Charger or Challenger or Jeep that they used as the getaway car for that crime. Like in the last 2 or 3 videos that I've seen where cars have been stolen, Hellcat, Scat Packs, whatever, they always have another Charger or Challenger or SRT Jeep, in this particular situation, on the street waiting for them. So they will show up to a crime scene to steal somebody else's car in an already stolen car. You know what I mean? So, I mean, when you start seeing 1 or 2 Jeeps and Hellcats and Scat Packs together, and they're in your neighborhood and they're just kind of rolling around, you better be on guard that something may be in the process of being stolen or has already been stolen. One of those cars, if not both of those cars, are already stolen. But that's what they do. They'll steal 1 Hellcat, 1 Challenger, 1 Charger, SRT, Jeep, Ram, Durango, whatever, and then they'll take that stolen car to the next stolen car that they're about to steal those 2, and they'll just go around the city. Like I think this was last year or the year before last, that video that I put out that did really well. In fact, I think it did like 700,000 with my homegirl, the Rankin family, when they stole her Charger, and They pulled up 2 cars deep. 2 cars deep, and there was like 8 people in the car. So it was 2 cars deep, 4 people in each car type shit, right? And both of those Chargers that they pulled up in were already stolen from that night. Like, they stole those 2 Chargers earlier, and they were literally going from house to house, stealing Chargers, stealing Challengers, whatever. And they were just taking the stolen cars as they went. You know what I mean? Like, these criminals do not care. This is in broad daylight in what looks to be a relatively nice neighborhood. They don't care. Now, one thing that I noticed is that these criminals don't look like they were armed, because at no point did I see anybody pull out a firearm. And that's not always the case in every carjacking or car theft, but in a lot of them, that is the case. Because I've noticed that a lot of these carjackings just have a bunch of stupid ass kids. Like, just stupid ass kids that should be in school, but instead they're out doing something they're not supposed to be doing, simple and plain, you know? And as a result, car gets stolen. So I say that to say, I don't think it would take much for you to be able to get your car back in a scenario like that, provided you have the correct measures of protecting yourself, if that makes sense. Like in this scenario right here, the dude that broke into the window was already scary. He was already a scared little, you know, whatever you want to call him. He hopped out the car, and as soon as the owner came out, he was already scared and ready to give it up. Mind you, his homeboy is sitting in the passenger seat, but he's already ready to give it up. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if the owner had came out with means of protecting himself. I guarantee you that situation would have went a lot more different than it actually did. But I mean, once again, guys, I don't think the owner realized that the car was stolen until he saw it on the street and he saw the other Jeep. Right now, I know you guys, you absolutely hate that I push CarLock the way that I do, but I'm telling you guys, it works. In a scenario like that, as soon as that window is broken, vibration detection is coming to your phone immediately. As soon as I got in my car today to shoot this video, I forgot to deactivate it, open the door, set my ass down, vibration detection. You know what I'm saying? In a scenario like that, vibration detection, first and foremost, is what you would have gotten from the broken window and the fact that the dude hopped in there with his body weight. You probably would have got another vibration detection from the dude popping the trunk. And I can't tell if they actually got the car started when they got it on the street, but if they did, that's another another engine start detection. And then at that point, you still got it plugged into the OBD or however you have it plugged in. That's 24/7 GPS where you can track your car at all times. Like, you know, I understand a lot of you guys get mad that I push it, but I push it because, for one, it works. Right? I have it on my car. Literally, as I speak, it's on my car. And 2, for the price of a damn PlayStation 2 game, you have some sort of security on your car. Like, I know a lot of us don't like to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on security, even though we should. But, you know, people will go out and spend thousands on rims and graphics and wraps. But, you know, that's beyond me. But, and I understand that. I understand that some of us don't want to put all that money into security, something that's really not going to make the car louder, faster, or look different. I get that. But at the same time, it's one of those things where if you don't invest in something, you're going to come out one morning and your car is going to be gone, straight up and down. And the thing about this is that it's $49. Use my code in the description, knockout360, for an extra, I think it's for an extra percentage off your purchase. So, like, why wouldn't you do it? It just makes sense. $49, a flat fee of $49, and you've got tracking for your car at all times. Somebody bumps up against your car, you get a notification. Somebody breaks in, you get a notification. Somebody starts your engine, you get a notification. You drop your car off at Autobill, I don't know why you would, but if you did, and you want to monitor how fast the person is driving your car, they start revving it and doing rev bombs and stuff like that. You get an acceleration notification, basically letting you know what's going on. Somebody's driving the hell out your car. And if you're not in it, then obviously it ain't you. But seriously, guys, if you want some legitimate security and you want it for an affordable price, CarLock, check them out. But getting back to the video, man, I don't even know what to say, because I don't know how long this car was parked outside. This car could have been parked overnight, could have been parked for a couple days, could have been parked for a couple hours. It could have been a situation where it was a quick hit and run, where these idiots just happened to be in the neighborhood and saw a Hellcat Challenger and decided, you know what, we're gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? That could have been the case as well. Personally, I don't think that that's the case. Normally, a lot of times when they take these cars, it's because they've been sitting overnight or sitting for an extended period of time, and they've had the ability to kind of do some reconnaissance on it and say, okay, this car has been sitting there since last night. Okay. needless to say, the owner is not paying enough attention to it so that we should be able to get in it and get going. But just do the best you can, guys. Just whenever I drive this car, I hate to say it, I have to look at it 2 or 3 times. I have to lock it 2 or 3 times just to make sure. And you guys know that I've got another security system on my car that has a 8-mile range. So if anything happens to my car and I'm within 8 miles of it, I get hella notifications, even to the key fob itself. So, with that being said, guys, in a situation like this, I know the first thing that you're going to say is don't park your car outside, park it in the garage. That's true, but you don't know what was in his garage. You don't know what his intention was behind not parking it in the garage, So anything's possible, man. It's an unfortunate situation, but I will give it to the owner. He prioritized his life over the car, because some people would have came out and tried to fight and do this, that, and the third, and it's like, you don't know what these criminals have on them. And no car, as I said in my previous video, is worth losing your life over. So in this scenario, I guess he took the smarter route and said, you know what, I've got insurance on it. You can steal it. I'll get me a wide body Hellcat this time, and I'll put it in the garage. So interesting situation, interesting video. I just thought I'd bring that to you guys to show you what's going on out here, that these criminals don't care whether it's broad day or not. So don't fall asleep when it comes to just being broad daylight. Don't have that mindset mentality, oh, it's broad daylight. They would never. They would. They definitely would. You know what I'm saying? They definitely would. So be smart. Watch your back. No car is worth your life. Let me say that again. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.